Okay. Let's continue on with our journey. So last time, if we go and check out our situation, we have liberated 3 people, and the last person to be liberated... No, we don't need the Book of Rights right now. But the latest person we liberated was Rookie, I think. Tizo, then Headwind, then Rookie. So yeah, I actually did manage to liberate Rookie thanks to facing off with the Fate, I think, and the Fate are really they're weak, basically. Also, we did figure out last time, Jodariel's background. So Jodariel was sentenced due to insubordination because she was told to execute basically non-combatants, a whole bunch of kids, high-wing remnant kids, and she refused. So off to the downside you go. The reason why I was going for Rookie was because Rookie directly asked to be liberated, and Rookie honestly deserved it, so... But it might be Jodie's turn next. Okay, so now we're going to meet up with the Chastity, I think? Probably should have checked, but I think we're going against the Chastity next. And we're probably going to have to face off against the not the dissidents, but the withdrawn in the rights, the liberation rights. And I'm really not looking forward to that. I don't like the idea of that at all. Okay, Sharp Shoal or Barb Reef. Let's trust Gilman on this occasion. So once again to the Deathless Tempest. You're surveying the horizon amid the dark waters of Barb Reef when Sir Gilman springs forth, commanding your attention. Hark, Master Rita! By this knight's keen eye, he has spotted something in the depths. Sir Gilman plunges into the water and soon re-emerges, bringing something new, or bearing something new. A veritable boon for the glory of the Nightwings. You receive worm feed. It is just stuff to sell. Ah, hello there, Gilman. Oh, Sir Gilman, of course. Sir Gilman is training intently when you approach. Master Rita, this knight was so engulfed in memories of the Sea Dominion that he failed to detect your stealthy advance on his position. Yeah, I'm basically trying to liberate the trio because there were promises, and liberating all of the trio is a good thing to go for. Splendidly done. This knight would have been vanquished by you easily. This knight is fortunate to have you as an ally rather than a mortal foe. His kind routinely clambers from the depths of the Sea Dominion to seek greater glory and perhaps a slightly longer life expectancy within your Commonwealth. Such an honor it would be to be assigned the rank of knight and be conscripted into the front lines of the Commonwealth against their vicious winged enemies. In the Sea Dominion it was our ultimate goal to fight our way to the surface, past our brethren, past the razor reefs, the strangle kelp, the snaggle fins that prey upon our kind. Sir Gilman continues listing undersea danger centers for some time. Past the blood sniffers, the electric scallops, the rogue worms of the frigid current, the paralyzing nets of the far fishers, and even past the scalding waters of the glowing trench. Finally he trails off. Yet, even despite the myriad challenges of living in the Sea Dominion, it is each would-be worm knight's duty to abandon that place at his or her soonest convenience. How humorous it was to learn that life within your Commonwealth had quite a bit in common with our existence undersea. 'Twas not a pomp and glory, as the story is told. Perhaps it is our Perhaps it is our lot, the Worm Knights, to bring strife with us, wherever we go. For even here, it seems, is our kind pitted both against our brethren and all others. He remains silent for a while, but then... Ah well, it is so unfortunate that this knight is found within this place, so fine a company... It is fortunate that this knight found within this place so fine a company as yours. It is a most different change of pace, to strive towards a common purpose rather than strive constantly to outperform each other toward one's own self-gain. Although, to the extent we are competing still, this knight shall ever strive to take the lead. Make no mistake about that, Master Rita. This knight was born to be the best, just like all the billions like him. Now he is off to steal himself. Your pardon, Master Rita. He scoots off somewhere to continue with his self-made training regimen. And he is quicker than he was before. Good for you. A quick gilman is a good gilman. Ah yes, the chastity. Ah, there we go. We have news from Rookie, I think. A messenger imp with news and rumors from the other side comes huffing toward your wagon, here in the murky waters of the Deathless Tempest. You let it in and offer it some light refreshments as Rookie would have done. The imp's message turns out to be about him. You learn Rookie's past transgressions have all been forgiven since his return to the Commonwealth. He was even offered a well-appointed home and place of business. He must have represented just the kind of lavish lifestyle that Rookie always claimed to have had for himself and his extended family. Eventually, and somewhat reluctantly, however, he refused the gifts. Instead, he tracked down Wolfred's agents and gave them ample information, thus emboldening their ranks. The last bit of the message sounds as though it was transcribed word for word from something Rookie said. It simply reads, "The rest of you better get back here soon or else." You thank the messenger imp for the report. Soon it has all your companions talking. I had every faith that our friend Rookie would stand tall and rise to the occasion. It seems that Greensail had himself a conscience after all. We understand this Rookie holds no small degree of influence, at least among his kind. Ah, the noble Rookie! He sets a shining example unto us all. Don't you think he must have he must be sad to have turned down a house? I hope he isn't sad. Hard to believe he would have turned down living in that kind of luxury, though maybe he got used to it here. The news of Rookie's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. The messenger imp accepts some scraps to eat from you and rushes off. Plus one hope for everyone. Wish Rookie luck. I mean, it makes sense because now we know for a fact that Rookie did not, for example, betray us, so that's why the estimate changes. We can actually check how much it changed. Oh, no. This is not what I was looking for. It hasn't changed yet, but it might change after the next rite or so. Yeah, we're up against the Chastity, and the thing is, the Chastity just might beat the Withdrawn if we lose them. But I do not want to plan for that. I don't want to, you know, take losing as a solid tactic to actually bring the triumvirates forth that we want to face off against. Rather, I would love to be able to win and thusly get the setup that I need. But I am a little bit worried about the fact that Withdrawn are here. Oh, also, almost forgot. Let's get the berries. Oh, it's you guys. You know, I already forgot about how you left me and Dad back there in the middle of nowhere when we really needed help because we made it back eventually. So good to see you guys again, especially if you go ahead and buy something from me. Yep, have some berries. You can have all of that stuff. Plus, you can have the worm feed. Okay, now rookie stuff is no longer worth anything for us, so we might as well sell it. Okay. Now, is there anything we really need? I don't think the shooting star is going to help. The Falcon Ron and his dad were having a little bit of transportation trouble. They were transporting cursed artifacts and they asked for help, and I said no because I don't want to deal with that stuff. Yeah, but basically it's these cursed artifacts here, and I just didn't want those anywhere close to my guys because they are only trouble. Prayer beads, Nihilant Leech. I remember there being something cool here. If the bearer is banished, an ensuing blast can banish adversaries in a radius. That might be cool, but I don't think it's that cool. Is there anything that I really want to, like, level up here? That's level 20 already. That's level 20. That cannot be upgraded any further. I have the right light, but it's already max. I can upgrade the Tailwind Crest to make things even faster. But then I would lose the chance to leech, and I don't want to lose that chance. And the Webbed Lanthorn could be good for someone who actually is sort of a semi-offensive or even defensive, but with casting abilities. Bonus damage, yeah, I don't think I'm actually going to buy anything. Like, I just don't feel like any of these things are worth it for me. While the Bearer's Triumvirate is banished, adversaries are slower and can't use abilities. They always set up their ranks so that when you're all banished, they will just make it into the hole without, or the pyre without any problems. And the Fairy Spirits, Moondrops, when banishing an adversary, it's a little bit... I mean, it could work, but it's a little bit situational. All those in the Bearer's Triumvirate recover stamina faster than usual. That might actually be a good one if we level that up. As like a semi-defensive option. But then again, it also blocks anything else. I could also just get some of these, the serums. So these are just permanent stuff. Yeah, let's just buy some of these. Let's just permanently improve some stuff. And these are for the next ride. We can just get this and give it to, like, Gilman. So Gilman is even faster. Okay. Let's see if we can pull this off. You guys have a good day out there. Thank you, Falcon Ron. Let's commence the ride. You stand before the bizarre outcroppings of the Isle of Kaelmer. The sky darkens, and in the distance you hear the sound of gibbering creatures growing louder. The sound of it is unnerving enough that your fellow exiles remain quiet, their eyes affixed to the stars above. Soon something in the sky above begins to stir. Okay. And... Locket... Endriga... Time Singer Horn... I'm a little bit worried about the Time Singer, but I don't really want to switch it over to the Archbeast. Because the Archbeast... Actually, do I? What if I do this, so that they respawn a little bit faster, but they won't all respawn? I might be able to make this work a little bit better than this, because this allows them to run a lot faster than I can. And I still don't want to touch the slack. And this one I can offset, this one I cannot.
The stars align, you exiles of the Night Wings. The 8 scribes summon you to the Isle of Kael'mar. Your adversaries in the coming rite shall be the Chastity. Reduce their fire to a smolder and step closer to freedom.
You're awfully happy.
Now prepare yourselves.
Yeah, after this round, it's going to be very, very difficult. That's why I kind of want to just get Jodie into the freedom, because Jodie is like the last one I probably can actually liberate. Because after that, it gets really difficult. Oh, but look at this! You think that you can simply cut us down like last time? Is that it? I'll have you know that we've some new tricks up our sleeves this time. The Chastity. Let us show them what the Night Wings can do. Also, Wolfred is part of the team now.
Who shall besmirch the Night Wings' name?
Okay, we are definitely going to need Gilman here. Good old Gilman. Because we need a fast character.
Sir Gilman.
I think Wolfred is a good defensive character. Actually, not necessarily. Actually, Wolfred is a really bad idea here, because they already have a sap. So then it would be sap versus sap. So what we need is someone relatively quick. Or flying. The sap is slow, and the sap can still jump, or can actually the sap teleports. So could Pamita actually be a decent choice here?
Anytime.
Sorry. No. We do need something for you. A little bit of extra quickness wouldn't hurt. Or Triesta's Plume. Yes, let's try that. Triesta's Plume for instant recovery after dousing the Pyre. And then, do I bring in Bertrude as the defensive, or do I bring in Jodie as the defensive? It doesn't really matter. I guess leveling up Bertrude is more important than leveling up Jodie at this point. So let's bring in Bertrude as the defensive character, like the main defense. I think this might work.
Bertrude, the choice is cast.
We await the ancient rites commencement.
But I kinda tried to stay.
Are you quite ready then, huh? Well then, let us get this little ceremony started.
The Night Wings assert themselves thusly.
Ah, frick, I forgot about that. Okay, they are having some trubs.
Disaster.
Well, it's not really that big of a disaster, it's just a minor one.
Both pyres now burn with the same strength, with grace. Do you believe you can prevail in this?
Ah, frick.
Still there, Pamela.
Ah, frick, nope. There we go.
Pamela has doused the flame.
Ah, frick.
You do better than that. Their flame has died a little.
How sad for Manly.
Ah, frick.
It was dangerously close.
Frick. Ah, frick. Was good exchange.
Ferocity unbridled.
Oh, nope. Yes!
Fire's flames grow.
That was so close. Ah, frick. Oh, nope. Luckily, Gilman has some. I should have sprinted.
Be gone.
Ah, frick. Ah, no. Well, they'll get one in, but it doesn't really matter. Thanks to Gilman, it's actually just fine.
The orb. Onward thus to greater glory.
There goes old Bertrude.
Ah, frick.
Attempt.
Ha.
Another match.
What? No. What?
Crushing blow ahead of your fire. 'Tis taken.
No. Now this was most unfortunate. Ah, shit, I should have thought of that a little more. Nope.
Most foul.
Ah. Well, at least now
Sir Gilman plunges into the fire.
we can stabilize the situation a little bit better, but the thing is, now we cannot trade.
Manly's out of luck for now.
Ah, frick. So close.
Your exiles shall return ere long. Your pyre cannot make much more of that. Your adversary's pyre now burns brighter than your own. Oh?
Oh, that was so close.
Banishment for all. Now that's how you snarl flame. No more than a lick of flame remains. And it is done.
There we go.
The Night Wings prevailed.
They had a little bit
The
of...
scribe shall simply smite them down next time.
Ah, that's more like you. They had a little bit of leeching. That was the problem. Oh my, how quaint that you have decided to prevail against the chastity despite knowing full well that doing so would cause more harm than good. Fine work.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. Until the stars align.
But with this combo, I can make it work. I just have to avoid trading, because the trading kind of doesn't work when they get 5 pyre every time I lose a round, so yeah. Need to be a little bit more careful next time. If you overcame the chassis in a pitched battle, there is little time for you to rest, as yet. The night The night beckons, and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It's already time, Rita. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents us another chance. He heads out straight away, and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars you see one which you are familiar now. With which you are familiar now burns ever brightly. The path to freedom is laid bare before you. Let us pursue it. Yep, it really is. Yeah, the probability of success is going up slowly, but it is going up. It's getting faster now. It's really getting faster. I think there were maybe 3 rights between. Maybe. Solium the Golden Star. But it's getting faster now. The cycles are changing a lot faster. Already are the Nightwing summoned back to Mount Olodial. Picture the rights as a wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for someone to go free, either us or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back to the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look back upon their exile with fondness. So, returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we count on to prevail in the rights. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. And so, who stays, who goes? These choices affect us all. No pressure there, my boy. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. Yep, the game is really making it clear for us that now we need to plan ahead so that we have enough strong characters for the long run, and so that we have enough people out in Commonwealth for the plan to succeed. So, let's see how it goes. Onward for another chance at liberation. So Emperor's Fall or Emperor's Ascent. Oh, Jodie's here. You make landing upon Mount Olodial, where Wolfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Rita, as you know, I now wear the raiments once again. This means that I, myself, may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. Know, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a surer footing in their path, my time shall come. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall, of course, defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. Okay, let us seek the Harp Scribe's favor. And of course, this is where Jodie would be. Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Jodariel visit the monument of Triesta Tithys here in Emperor's Ascent. You scribes are quite predictable. The others were naive to think our opportunities at freedom were indefinite. So now we have to make the most of every chance, is that not so? I fail to see how that is any different than before. Soon she finishes paying her respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Triesta Tithys has shown you favor. You soon shall ascend the mountain, though there is time now to pursue your vocations. Oh, quickness, that's a weird one for Jodie, but sure. Accept the blessing. Hello, Jodie. Jodariel seems to be fidgeting with her horns. Blast these wretched things, Rita. Have you any inkling as to how unwieldy they become with age? I long for the days when the wound in my leg was chief among my bodily concerns. Jodariel seems to be frustrated about her horns. They look heavy, they look good. I wonder what we should say about Jodie. Like, obviously the horns are the mark that you have been in the downside for long periods of time. So I'm not sure if that's really any kind of a blessing. But then again, Jodie would look very different without those horns. Saying nothing would be... yeah. Probably being sympathetic. Well, then again, does Jodie really care about sympathy? I don't think so. But then again, I don't think she would really like us to, you know, talk about the fact that, yeah, you should have those horns. These horns are nothing to feel bad about. Well, let us be sympathetic. You know that her horns do look rather heavy, and express regret that they yet seem to cause her some discomfort. Your sympathy is noted, but it does not change the fact of the matter here. 10 years or so into my stay within this blasted place, I first felt protrusions from my skull. They remained hidden by my hair for quite some time, but I knew that would not last. We all heard much of demons in the Commonwealth. Sinners, rightfully exiled, would assume their rightful form. Thus, when my horn started to sprout, I took it as an indication that perhaps this was indeed the fate that I deserved. She trails off for a while. I know somewhat better now. Anybody of our kind left down here long enough and left alive becomes like this. Something in the climate? Difficult to say. A disease of sorts, but not a deadly one. If anything, the opposite. If we live long enough, then we live longer still, like this, extending thus our sentence into exile. Sometimes I think, if these horns are here to symbolize my sin, then surely they are going to recede if I ever return. On nights when these damned horns prevent my sleep, my thoughts inevitably stray to that hopeless idea. A naive hope which never leaves, despite prolonged attempts to rid myself of it. Horns are not worth the trouble, Rita. She nods wryly as she heads out into the afternoon. Oh, downberries. Oh no! Our crystal that defies gravity has left the screen. Oh no. At least we still have our xylobones to play with. And also a little bit of that moonshine. There we go. Now we're ready. just drink all the moonshine and then just head off into the rites. That's how it goes. That's how you should do it. Okay, what do we need? Actually, let's check the common room first. Okay, Wolfred is the one that is furthest behind. Then again, Wolfred also expressed a wish to stay in the downside for as long as necessary. Gilman is almost ready for next level. We could push him like beyond that point. Jody is going to leave, so no point in doing anything with that. Xay could also be leveled up probably to level 4. And Bertrude is still going to need a little bit more. Okay, here's my thought. Let's bring Sir Gilman up a level, because then we can Sir Gilman / banishes adversaries in a wider area of effect. That might actually be useful. The greater cleave. And if we can get to vigorous slash, then we are golden, because then we can just keep slashing and, you know, get our stamina back that way. So yeah, let's level up Gilman. Ah, there we go. The grease stone is back. I don't think I have anything that I can really get from studying the book myself, so let's just teach our party members. Okay, Gilman. This knight is always keen to take even the barest scraps of wisdom, Master Rita. You ask Sir Gilman to explain to you in his own words the histories of the 8 scribes and speak to how their varied backgrounds form the basis not just of the rites, but of the Commonwealth. This knight wonders at times about why we are here and which forces have transpired to bring us here together. Has Under King Oras himself taken an interest in this noble quest? And most definitely the Greater Cleave. This stuff is... The heroic stand is good, but I don't think we're going to end up in a Actually, we might end up in a situation where we need that, but I feel like this is going to allow us to make more openings in the defenses. This knight loves the other King Ores, the best of all, of course. Okay, Temple Cistern or Xay might be an option actually. How about like Xay, Gilman, and Jody? That would be a balanced team, I think. Oh, but we're going against the Withdrawn. Oh god, this is not going to be good. I just realized. This is going to be bad, and if they get loose, then oh god, it's bad. En route to the mountaintop, you pass by a monument to Lusclorian. I still don't understand how to say this word. Lusclorian. It's like Lusclorian. And Xay happens to take notice. It sounds like freaking. Sounds like Gollum. This is all part of your plan, so scribes? I know I need not ask, just as I know the path you have laid out takes many, many turns. Please help us navigate that path. My friends and I, we wish to find our way together with your blessings. Soon she finished paying her respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Lusclorian has shown her favor. You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of the Scribe's Gate before an archway carved of stone where stands the Gate Guardian. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned, even as the cycle of the rites begins drawing to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this softly for some reason. And you, Tariq? Do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you come forth and state what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, the Nightwings declare themselves. You all pass through as before. When Wolfred takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You. I see you're wearing the raiments again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know exactly why, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he who fell from the summit long ago, he lives and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now, and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well the contemporary whom you mean, and the Nightwings stand divided. Yes, and so I wear the raiments once again, in case that it may help to right this wrong. For I am Wolfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Wolfred's words for a moment. I see. Then, move along. The Guardian of the Scribe's Gates regards you all, and then she beckons you onward. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Celeste? What is it, Tariq? The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it. I think you would agree. In equal measure has it drawn us close as separated us. But if their aim now is to keep us apart for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tariq, and at the gate no less. But the lone minstrel simply puts his hat back on. Then may the scribes themselves admonish me until tomorrow night, Celeste. Yep, the rights are most definitely a little bit screwed right now because the minstrel and the gate guardian are even disagreeing, and minstrel is even blaspheming